School may be a scam, but education is not and can never be a scam. What failed many people is a broken system, not learning in itself. Yes, many people hate school buildings, rigid classrooms, outdated universities, and certificates that don't translate into dignity or jobs. That frustration is real. But turning that pain into the idea that education in itself is useless, it's dangerous, especially for a developing nation. Social media has popularized a risky myth that loud success online equals intelligence, that fast money equals wisdom, that poor conduct does not matter if income is coming. That logic collapses the moment we ask one serious question. Who does this help in the long run? If education is abandoned, who designs our roads? Who understands medicine, law, child development, agriculture, manufacturing, artificial intelligence, and governance? Who builds systems that lasts beyond trends? A person making money online is not automatically a role model. Visibility is not value. Income is not impact. Nations are not built on exceptions or outrage-driven fame. Let's correct something important. Education is not only classrooms and universities. Education includes technical training, vocational skills, mentorship, reading, problem solving, emotional intelligence, ethics, discipline, lifelong learning, amongst others. The real conversation should be better education, not no education, because this is what truly moves societies forward. Personal development matters. Depth matters. Discipline matters. A loud voice online does not replace knowledge. Fast money does not replace understanding. Entertainment can trend a nation. Education sustains a nation. Parents must raise discerning children, not follower-hungry ones, or those who follow blindly without exercising theory-thinking faculties. Leaders must reform education, not abandon it. Young people must learn the difference between influence and substance. Africa cannot be built on vibes, shortcuts, or personalities alone. We need thinkers, builders, professionals, creators with character. School may need reform. Education must never, ever be discarded. That choice shapes not just individual futures, but national destiny.
Who are the influencers today? What is their pedigree? Where are they coming from? What is their dream? What vision do they have? Dream is not what you see when you sleep at night, but dream is what will not make you to sleep at night. What do they see? What do they cast? What goals do they cast to our young ones? To have education is a must. To go to school is a must. That is my personal view. You may not go to university, but technical school is there. Try and get something. We should stop encouraging and rewarding mediocrity and thuggery. That is why our children, our youth have the audacity to be saying school, education are scam. When they see thugs, when they see people who never went to school in their area driving cars, driving heavy cars, building mansions. Why wouldn't they? Because children learn from what they see, not necessarily what to say. You know? So, but you see in Nigeria, people of merit and high performance, they are put behind, they are put at the back seat, they are not recognized. It's a shame on any university or any community presenting a check of 100,000 to a first-class graduate. Shame on that school. A first-class graduate. You are presenting, and years after, you hear that the boy is looking for a way to run away from Nigeria. Are you aware that there is a lady named Olanike Adebayo? I'm giving you names. She was frustrated there, got to UK, and invented a solution that saved United Kingdom NHS 15 million pounds. Toyosi Akerele Ugushiji, her AI and the invention hub in Anthony here, just invented some good machines and machineries that helps people to check your brain, to check. Nobody is encouraging. Do you know that we have guys in Nigeria that they've invented cars and they went to Germany for this competition? They won. Nobody heard about them. Nobody showcased them. Nobody encouraged them. But somebody will dance on TikTok nakedly. Somebody now they are they've started advertising Big Brother now. Talo Shewa, who drew us this way? No, why can't we? why can't we just support merit for once? Enough is enough. We should stop this nonsense.
I think.
Yeah.
Should I?
Go ahead.
Okay. Ronke, well done.
Thank you.
You drew a line between schooling and education.
Education, thank you.
Absolutely. Formal, informal,
So-
doesn't matter.
Our kids have issues with school. And I think we need to hear that and let it resonate very well. Let's understand what this complaint is about. So, designers of formal learning need to hear what the learners are saying so we can structure our schools to suit people who are not comfortable with the kind of structured learning that we have. And then education happens every day. So some of those who are complaining are telling you education is a scam. They learn so much on YouTube. That's education.
Yeah, it's a university.
There are guys who learned how to operate the cameras, edit videos on YouTube. You've educated yourself. So we need to put it in context, which Ronke has kicked off. But I want to say this and yield the mic. Are we listening to people who want to learn and trying to know how they learn and how they want to learn? If that becomes a culture on the part of those who are the custodians of our educational system, I think we won't have people struggle with learning. There's a learner in every individual.
Okay, let me get into it. If you think school is a scam or education is a scam, you should try ignorance. I tell people that what you learn in a structured learning environment, it's not even about the skills itself. It is about how you think and discipline. If you can show up every day. So what education typically does for us is it teaches us how to think and how to act. If you're learning stuff on YouTube, it is not education. You are learning. There's a difference between learning and education. Education is holistic. It is beyond the skills. It makes you a well-rounded individual. So even if you're learning...
You mean formal or informal?
Both formal and
both formal
informal.
and informal.
and
Both formal, any form of education, it is beyond the skill itself. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you critical thinking.
Yeah.
It teaches you decision-making.
Simple courtesy.
Courtesy. Human
Attitude
relationship.
at the workplace.
So for me, education, it's a non-negotiable. Beyond the basic education that is made compulsory, which I think it should also be made to up to the secondary level, it should be fully compulsory. Then post-secondary education, you need to decide what you want to do post-secondary.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the universities, polytechnic, vocational training institute? Everybody needs to be educated. My favorite quote is, education makes people easy to lead, but difficult to drive. Easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. Part of the issues we have in Nigeria is a low literacy, low level of education.
Very low.
And that shows even in the way we engage with our leaders,
Yeah.
the way our
Even
leaders
ourselves.
engage with us, and the
Yeah.
way we engage with ourselves.
Yeah.
So please, education is not a scam. Everybody needs to get educated.
I think we arrived at this juncture because the Nigerian government downgraded technical education. Back in the days when we were growing up, if you didn't have the brain to continue to the university, you went to maybe a teacher training, you went to develop your technical skills, and there is nothing second class.
Brain, teacher training.
Yeah, teacher training.
Teacher
There is
training.
nothing second class about being a skilled person. It just means that you're wired differently. But the Nigerian government downgraded the technical training, whether you were learning to be a plumber or you're learning to be a carpenter and all of that. So it then looked like the dregs of the society went that way. It then looks like you were not making it if you decided to, go that way.
In
I would
their
always
defense,
love-
they've added it back in the last curriculum.
Good for
as
them.
at
They should-
2025.
Good for
it's
them.
Now
They should
that
elevate
so
them.
society is now the challenge. They still look down on some of
Because
those
they
courses.
still
yes.
need to work on
They need to
what
uninstall
harm
that,
they
yeah.
did in the past. I would always love China's educational system because they're not just cognitive, it's holistic. They take in everything and make sure that this child, in the long run, if you're not book smart, there has to be something smart about you, and they work on that. Recently, they said for doctorate degrees, they're not even looking at you writing researches anymore, but that if you have something practical that you want to add to the society.
Invention,
they will take it, yeah, inventions.
innovations,
They will take
knowledge
it as a
creation.
doctorate for you. When are we going to get there? In Nigeria, that's number one. I like what you said about role modeling. You know, who are our role models in Nigeria? Who do we call to give awards to at the end of the day? Visibility is now performative in Nigeria. And, you know, Zuma, you said that when you were talking about my monologue. It is your impact in what you do that matters. Not everybody dancing everywhere. And yes, there's nothing wrong with dancing, but we can't all be entertainers.
Yeah. And let me say this. Let me use let me seize this opportunity to address Ben Bruce, who announced globally that a boy who is dancing on TikTok is the most influential youth in Nigeria. I have debunked it. I have said no, sir. And I'm saying again, no, sir. This is our constituency as youth coaches and youth mentors across board globally. That boy cannot be our ambassador. It's an insult on our constituency as youth constituents that boy what does he do to impact people just to be telling girls to naked themselves on TikTok, and you are announcing such a boy as the most influential boy in Nigeria? No, sir. That's very wrong of you.
Let's stay inquiring. Let's keep thinking. Let's keep learning. Don't give up on education. Only then can we be said to be progressing as a nation.